So Tulsi Gabbard came out during the Democratic debate and started talking about foreign policy, and I really wanted to cover it. Now, I might not look like a nerd, or maybe I do, but I'm actually a secret nerd. I'm studying diplomacy and international relations. I'm currently working on my PhD. Essentially what that means is I study international conflict. So if there's anything that I might be able to give to you guys, it may hypothetically be knowledge regarding foreign policy. With that said, the goal of this video is to try to figure out whether or not we support Tulsi Gabbard. Let's jump into it.
Councilwoman Gabbard, you're the only veteran on the stage. Please respond.
This is real in a way that's very difficult to convey in words. I was deployed to Iraq in 2005 during the height of the war, where I served in a field medical unit where every single day I saw the high cost of war.
Let me just stop the video right there. That's very interesting. So for those of you who are not familiar with the positions in the military or have not been in the military, the medic is a particularly bold job. And the reason is because you are literally putting yourself into a position that had wounded your fellow soldier. So someone gets shot, you're expected to run over into that conflict zone in order to help. However, there are some nuances here and there. Like for example, you're generally not supposed to run in front of line of fire, obviously, in order to help your fellow soldier. You're supposed to wait for the area to get relatively clear before you go and run over there. Because if you're dead, guess what? Nobody else is gonna be getting saved. So I commend her for being a medic into the military, and I really wanted to point that out before we continue with the rest of the video.
Just this past week, 2 more of our soldiers were killed in Afghanistan. My cousin is deployed to Afghanistan right now. Nearly 300 of our Hawaii National Guard soldiers are deployed to Afghanistan. 14,000 service members are deployed there. This is not about arbitrary deadlines. This is about leadership. The leadership I will bring to do the right thing, to bring our troops home within the first year in office, because they shouldn't have been there this long. For too long, we've had leaders who have been arbitrating foreign policy from ivory towers in Washington without any idea about the cost and the consequence, the toll that it takes on our service members, on their families. We have to do the right thing, end these wasteful regime change wars, and bring our troops home.
Thank you, Congresswoman.
Not bad, not bad. Philosophically, I agree with her. I would like her to elaborate a little bit more about what kind of policies she's going to be supporting in order to allow US troops to withdraw from the Middle East. And the reason why I bring that up is because nobody is talking about how exactly we're going to leave. Are you going to do a complete withdrawal? Or how exactly does that work? And this is something that she's not mentioning, and it's just her solely. As a matter of fact, other politicians aren't mentioning it. There are media outlets that aren't mentioning it, and there are people in academics that aren't mentioning it. How exactly are we going to leave the Middle East? Because it's one thing just to get up and go, but it's another thing to do it in a safe manner. Now, let me be very clear. I completely support getting out of the Middle East and getting out of all these unnecessary wars. Also, fun fact, the United States has actually supported more regimes like dictatorships than we have democracies, which is insane. So I appreciate the fact that she had mentioned these things. Now, this kind of brings up the question of what would I actually like her to say, even though she has a minute? Well, a couple different things that she could have mentioned is, hey, guys, guess what? We need to increase what is called multilateral action and less unilateral action. Essentially what that means is getting more help in these countries so we're not going about it alone. Now granted, in a lot of these places like Iraq, we have NATO help, but the United States is mostly spearheading that alone, more or less. Sorry, NATO, I'm gonna be brutally honest about it, that's the situation. So if we can get the United Nations involved, that'd be great. Number 2, review the troop training programs overseas. We're training troops in foreign locations, and yet it doesn't seem to be very successful. Number 3, what about reviewing the drone strike program? Let's increase the intelligence and let's increase the accountability to make sure that these drone strikes are not doing what they're currently doing, which is killing 90% civilians. Imagine that. Imagine you're living in a village and you literally have a brother or a sister or a son or a daughter that's just killed by a drone strike. That'd probably make you mad, right? Yeah, a little bit. Now, if we're trying to decrease resentment overseas and trying to create more of a stable environment, reviewing the drone strike program would be very beneficial. And to be fair, drone strikes definitely have some perks. It definitely keeps the US troops out of harm's way, but I'm just saying we need to review that. So those are a couple different aspects that I would really start to mention and maybe start to do a slow withdrawal as well. But you know, that's all I really have to say about that topic. Overall, I would probably give Tulsi about maybe like a B or so right now, but you know, not bad, not bad. More policy would be preferable, but again, it is just a minute and it's just one debate that I'm reviewing right now. Anyway, hopefully you guys got something out of this. If you didn't, well, it is what it is. If you guys are watching this on TV, thank you. If this is on YouTube, please give it a subscribe. If you want to reach out to me on Twitter at ZachMoss6, that'd be pretty dope, or on Instagram at ZachMoss06. Anyway, guys, have a good day. I appreciate you all.